Well, a couple months ago, one of my ad guys showed up and he wanted to do an on-site recording, and he wanted to do it like that week, but I mean, if I'm going to do something like that, I want to plan it and make it, make it a big event. So we came up with Tubapalooza, and Tubapalooza just comes off the tongue nicely. So that's what we went with, and it's got a little bit of humor to it. So we've been planning this for about 2 months now, putting out a lot of hype on the web, on the radio, print, any kind of social media we could to let the people know what's going on, and it's been a pretty good response. It's gonna be a pretty crazy night, I think, and a pretty successful event. People that were from Connecticut and Massachusetts said they were coming. So I think everybody's on the same page that we definitely need some help in the shop. We had the foreshadow to hire a friend of ours, Adam. I trust him, he knows the game, he knows the industry, he's very trustworthy. It's good to know that I can still count on him when I'm in a pinch and when I need some help. Some girly tees.
Something for the ladies.
Nice. T-shirt guy's coming today. The sticker guy came today. The fan guy's coming today. Seems like everybody waited till the last minute, but it's all coming together. So I'm just glad it's almost over. We've been planning this event for months. So the shop, all the staff and the crew knew what was going to happen. They knew what was going to be going on. It's been chaos trying to get ready for it. The crew's been really, really good. They've been all putting their hardest in, including Andy. I was here yesterday for 16 hours. I was here the day before for a good 12 to 16 hours. I'll probably be here for 16 hours today. It's just been non-stop.
That's awesome.
Rob came down, he brought his hydrogen torch and showed us a couple of cool tricks, and he brought kind of his setup and tried to set it up on my lathe so I can see how he does things.
You actually grab it from this part?
Kurt brought his own lathe. So he was real comfortable doing what he was doing, and he was a riot to watch too. He's in no way a lathe worker, just like the rest of us. I think Rob was the only true lathe worker here, and it definitely showed. My expectation tonight is that, one, I'm gonna get a lot of consumers from outside the area, people that haven't been to any of our events yet. Last couple of times it's just been kind of the locals, kind of the regulars, which is fun, but the sales aren't that good when it's just the regulars. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna get a lot of out-of-towners. I'm hoping that I'm gonna get a lot of glass blowers in for this one. That's kind of my goal, is to show the glass community what it is we're doing here, and to get them excited and want to get them involved. So that way, if we can get them involved, they can spread the hype to the general public, and then this place will just become an East Coast mecca, I hope.
I was at Gathering the Vibes, and then the next thing I know, I'm at a Prism Glassworks glass blowing demo, and pretty happy to be here.
Came in from Boston, Mass. Checking all the fresh pipes and all the display stuff. You guys do a lot of badass work.
I kind of do think of it as an art gallery, a head shop, and a center for education.
Give yourself a little more oxygen.
Is they really want you to know what they're doing here, how the pieces are made. They'll take time to explain, and they have demonstrations.
Oh, it's awesome. I think it's really cool. I mean, there's really not much of a glass blowing scene, I feel like, on the East Coast. And if there is, I don't know where it is. But this is it. For me, there's not a lot of shops that are doing things like this. So, I really embraced Prism as he's making an East Coast scene.
Kurt B came, brought his own lathe, this benchtop Bethlehem, which is super old school. I mean, this thing looks like it got Frankenstein together. A spectacle to see. His work that he pumps out is absolutely beautiful. He had people mesmerized by that thing.
Doing a demo, a lathe demo, tube making demo. I was honored. Phil invited me to come do this. So I'm gonna make a couple bongs and see how it goes.
This is pretty much it. I was expecting just to come here and do a bunch of work, meet some cool people. They said they'd have some beer for me, so that was cool.
Again, especially with the lathe, that's so new to us at least. It's cool to see the way another person works.
Yeah, I met Phil in Atlantic City. He called me and said, "You want to come down to Troy for a little bit and hang out?" And I was like, "Yeah, here I am."
Kurt's a riot. This is the second time we've had him here. He came to here with a grand opening with D-Rec, and he's just so much fun to hang out with, man. With the handlebar mustache, and he's just got a wacky sense of humor. It's definitely a party every time you hang out with him, I gotta tell you.
The type of the technique is growl work. There's a color section in the tube that's a black and white section. It's all glass. A lot of people are like, oh, is it a sticker, is it decal, you know, it's all glass. And there's layers of glass that I sandblast through to create an image by stenciling. And then I rework the glass so it becomes all smooth again. So it's not like a sandblasted like rough glass or bumpy, it's all smooth like glass again. The series I've been doing it's like an Art Deco, black and white Art Deco motif.
These events are starting to get quite a bit of notoriety from glassblowers in the area. Again, there's no place like this in the Northeast, let alone that does these types of events month after month after month after month. And the talent that Phil's been able to bring in, it always seems to trump itself. Every event is always better than the last one. It's really, really remarkable.
Usually Troy-Night Out events are pretty slow in the summer. We don't have the college students. A lot of people are on vacation. The track is open. So there's a lot of things to compete with on a Friday night.
We had people come from South Jersey to Tubapalooza, so the turnout was there.
The fact that we got that turnout in the middle of the summer on a Friday night is just amazing.
The people were here, the setup was great. We definitely had a palooza with the tubes and accessories, great turnout. I mean, I think that was, aside from like grand opening and a couple of others, like that was one of the better turnouts.
So if we do that, you know, when the college kids are here and we don't have to compete against other events, I can only just see this thing getting bigger. Well, Derek Grout called me today. He's the main distiller over at Harbor Spirit Distillery. Apparently he's interested in getting some custom bottles made for a special reserve spirit that he's been distilling. All right, you ready to go to this vodka tasting? All right, let's do this. Pretty excited, never been to a distillery before. Pull the fort down. We'll bring back some samples. Shotgun. I brought my buddy Sean in to be our DD. Which is kind of scary because he's a bad driver when he's sober. All right, don't kill us, dude. We're gonna take a road trip and go check out his distillery and see if we can help him out. So we came down today to Golden Harbor Spirits and we met up with Derek, the distiller here.
I mean, this is rather strong. 60% alcohol with black raspberries in it.
And he gave us a tour of the place, and this is one cool freaking place.
The main components of a distillery are the kettle and the condenser over there. Okay. And that's why each one of these barrels have differing levels of quality because each one's its own distillation.
If I wasn't a glassblower, this is definitely a job I would like to do.
So why don't we do some samples right now? I want you to taste the Applejack and some of our other experimental products.
Well, Phil came in here with his glass expertise, and that's exactly what we need.
We just do sandblast image in the back, and then he has his regular white label right on top.
He came down and we talked a little bit about the private spirit that he's making, and he wanted us to make a couple of custom bottles for him.
We've got some really special spirits in here. In particular, our Applejack, which deserves a fancier bottle. It's a one-of-a-kind spirit, so we think that a one-of-a-kind bottle would be a perfect way to show off our brand.
I mean, this was great. The place is beautiful. I've only seen this stuff on television. The setup here is beautiful. All the woodwork is beautiful. I love the barrels. I love everything about it.
I was happy to show him our process and how we do this. It's a lot of fun making spirits, so I think that he enjoyed himself seeing how we make the product and getting to sample the wares. And hopefully we fostered a little inspiration to come out with really fantastic looking bottle design.
I really hope that we're able to do something really over the top for this. It's a really great project. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Well, he showed me a couple of different styles of bottles, so I wasn't sure what he wanted. And he basically gave me free reign as long as it held the correct amount of volume and they stood up well for a display case.
I'm excited to see what it looks like. I can only imagine I'll be impressed.
Phil's gonna take the reins on this. I'll try to add in my 2 cents, but I really feel like anything is gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna probably do 2 to 3, maybe even 4 different styles, and probably put some of his Applejack in there and see if we can do a limited run. More of like a collector's edition, if you would, instead of a mass-marketed liquor. came back to the shop and got working on the bottles right away. I got a couple ideas on how to make this go pretty quick, pretty easy. I'm also going to do 2 to 3 different styles, definitely 2 styles. I'm going to do an apple-shaped style since it is core, it's made from apples. I'm also going to do the cylindrical style, which is more classic to the style that he already has. And this way I'll be able to sandblast his art already on it. I mean, he said he didn't really care about price. He wanted to sell them for like a gift set, limited edition, you know? Well, what's the point of making something that's just going to sit around, you know? So I'm going to try and make it as good looking for, you know, most bang for your buck as I possibly can.
Doing pretty well. Still in its, not infancy stage. We've only made like 1 or 2 so far, trying to kick it around some ideas.
Now that's the same height, but not as wide. So you think I should go like maybe that tall? Use about that much, blow it out a little bit, make it squat, and then I'll weld on the 31. Then I'll fill it full of water, and then I'll cut the 31 to where I need it. Just messing around, just trying to get the general idea. You know, I got a specific cork size that I have to use, so I figured out what size diameter to use for that. What? We're just doing I'm gonna do a couple. You know, I gotta start someplace though, man. I gotta see the volume. You know, I gotta figure shit out. So I wanted really to portray him and his passion for what he does. I'll provide the raw bottle, the glasses, but I want it really to focus on core bottle.
Wow, wow. Epic fail. Way under? Way over.
Yeah, I should have puffed it out a little bit. What I used wasn't quite big enough, but it was all right. It gave me the first idea of what I have to do next. I know now I gotta use a little bit more glass and maybe blow it out a little bit. I didn't make it hold 750 milliliters, but I did all right. I think I got a better idea of what I gotta do, and the next one will be no problem. You gotta fail once or twice. All right.
And put our logo right in the front of that thing.
And let that cool down for a little bit, and then we'll switch sides and cut it off. Shallow. I knew it was gonna be shallow. I didn't need to use that whole amount. Got the bottles done. When we first started, it was just a fucking disaster. That's not a good pour at all. That's a bad bottle. That's the worst one yet.
That was a whole third off. It's exactly a half liter. I don't know, do they sell half liters?
I don't know. Yeah, making bottles isn't going too well. It's a little unsuccessful on the volume. I have to use a little more glass, which means I'm gonna have to kind of rethink my whole plan of attack. Yeah, it's way small.
Whatever, that's the flask edition.
Yeah. It just wasn't getting the right shape. Sometimes they were blowing up on me. Things were falling, things were breaking, things were cracking. Woo! Things got pretty fucking crazy. Oh! That's okay, cracked where it should have. I pulled it together and I got it done, but that's the process of doing custom work. That's the process of doing stuff you've never made before. You're gonna make lots and lots of mistakes. I think the chain's good. I just think the wood block's worn down, and that'll help stop a lot of this drag that you see right there.
It's all a learning process, you know, not too many people are doing this these days.
Oh.
Wow!
Hey! Woo! I win! Pay me! You pay me now!
I'm happy with the way they turned out. It was a little bit harder than expected. You know, we got his logo on there. We got the percentage of alcohol that's on there. I think we did a really good job. I think he's gonna really, really like them. That little amount that the cork was touching, that's 750 milliliters on the nose.
Sweet.
I had fun doing it. I would make 100 more if I had to. I'm just really happy that they're all done. They look good, that they're on their way to Harbor Spirits. Even though it's super busy around here, I still gotta take care of business. So today I'm going to Vermont. It's really important that I go make trips like this because these are the people that help me develop my brand, develop me as a glassblower.
Just made a lot of shotguns lately, huh?
Well, you, buddy, you made shotguns for like 3 days straight.
I guess so.
You want to grab whatever good bubs we have in the case and whatever Andy made yesterday?
Yeah, I got it right here, boss.
You know, it's really important that we make a stand in our community. People know that our glass is available. Our local demographic is what has built us as a company, and it's real important to still stay true to that. All right, be back in a little bit. Going out and driving around used to be 90% of my business. The other 10% would be retail. Now with conventions, I'm hardly ever in the car, and it's great. One, you use a whole day driving around. I get up at 7 in the morning, got my whole route planned, got 5 shops to go to. Say I'm going to Connecticut, have to plan my route down and back, make sure that I still have a little bit of glass left over for the last shop. A lot of strategic planning involved in going out and driving around the country selling glass, whereas, yeah, there's a lot of involvement in going to a convention, but it's just there. You go there, you bring some product, bring a couple samples, pick in your orders, fill your orders. Simple. We have improved a way of distributing our product, but it's still really important to get in the car and go out and hustle day to day, or once a month, once every 2 months. Just stay in contact with those local shops that help build you.
Since when that happened?
Usually when we go to this place, we go around the back and bang on the door, and so we don't have to go through the customers. But apparently that alley is like a shared alley or something like that. So there's all this new fencing and stuff. I haven't been there in like 6 months. And I'm like, okay, so I'm walking around the city with some rifle cases in my hand. Probably isn't too out of place for Vermont, Pull up, and he wasn't there. And I had an appointment at 10:30 in the morning, like we always do. Usually it's not such a big deal because I'm behind the shop. I'm just kind of there by myself, and no one's gonna bother me.
If you've reached this message during our regular business hours, we're either busy helping customers or momentarily away from the shop. Thanks, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Get my car, start doing a U-turn at the corner of my eye. I see Scott walking up to the shop. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, the pink stuff always does well. Just picking up some new glass. Yeah, we always love Phil's glass, good local quality products. Quality is a big thing. People want a good quality piece. He's right up there. We sell through all Phil's stuff, pretty quickly.
How you guys been?
Been good.
Yeah?
Yeah, things are finally starting to pick up. College is around.
College back, yeah.
It always helps out.
Yeah.
We get new product in, at least once a week, once every other week or so. We have a list probably, close to about 100 different artists that we get, throughout the year. That's nice, the locals are pretty friendly to us, no issues, and everybody likes us. We're good community members. We get custom requests every once in a while, and we'll, find an artist who's willing to do it, who we know can do it. I'm always interested to see special request stuff, how they come back, Tubes are always a good seller. It's tough to find local artists that do tubes, so it's good to have someone locally that we can rely on.
All right, Scott, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Phil. Good seeing you again. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Pretty good day. Still got one more stop to go. I like having a minivan. Today, me and Brad went down to Harbor Spirits to drop off the bottles.
We'll grab some cups and then grab some fresh cider.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
It smells even better.
I'm gonna bring home a dozen donuts to everybody. Oh, it smelled so good as soon as I walked in. Like, he's got something cooking in here. It smells really good. Either that or it's just like the fresh wood, I don't know. Got a nice tour again of the distillery this time, since it was after harvest time. We got like a behind the scenes tour of like the whole orchard.
Sometimes you use just a certain kind of apple. Like the previous batch, we used just Honeycrisp apple.
The orchard was in full operation when we first went there, so it was nice. We were able to walk around undisturbed by the general public.
Cheers. Wow.
That's really good.
We were talking to each other about where the name Cornelius came from on the bottle, and everybody kept asking us, and we're like, I have no idea. So we're sitting there, and we're in the back, and we're watching the apples get put into this press, and then there's this dude that just presses apples all day long, and that dude's name is Cornelius.
Hey Cornelius, it's delivered.
And that is where the namesake of the Applejack comes from.
You make an amazing cider.
Yeah.
He's been working on that orchard since the early 70s apparently. So it's just really cool that we actually got to meet Cornelius. To tell you the truth, it didn't seem like Derek was even interested in the bottle reveal. He wanted to show us more of the crazy stuff that he was coming up with.
Black raspberry soaked in core vodka, and then we redistill it. The other room and check out the cider operation.
Yeah. But once I finally got him concentrated so I could show him the bottles, like, his focus immediately changed. He's just like, these are perfect.
Oh, wow.
Private bottle.
This is awesome.
Amazing. The work, the craftsmanship is one of a kind. I couldn't have hoped for anything better. The number of bottles, each one being unique, is something that's going to add a lot to our brand.
Now, probably is about 50% alcohol.
Just start filling them up with some Applejack.
That's so gorgeous, look at that.
Very nice.
And you look through it and it magnifies it.
Oh, I should have did it backwards.
That's so awesome.
Started putting them on a shelf and they just looked fantastic, filled with the spirits rated. These are the good
So
ones.
do you see how these things line up nicely up here?
He started filling the bottles with the special spirits that he was preparing for these.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull samples out of a barrel right over there. Fill this up with cask strength Applejack.
And we got to taste that in addition to the normal Applejack, and it is smooth.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is cask strength Applejack.
It is so much smoother than the regular Applejack. It just has like this really nice finish.
We've got about 12 bottles, I think, that we're going to be dipping in wax with our best Applejack. And what's really special about these bottles is each one is unique, kind of reflects the fact that each barrel here is unique and different.
I'm not sure if those measurements are 100% accurate, but
Don't worry.
I went as close as I could.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, like,
They might be
fact
in-
that they're different is makes it
Cool.
so unique. Each one is its own creation.
It's really fantastic. I've collected bottles since I was a kid. I wanted something that's from the Hudson Valley that had our best product with the best glass blower in the area, kind of combining to make a real product that can last through the ages.
This one is super tit shaped.
That's probably the one that you liked the first time that we went off of.
We're really happy to have them in-house as a showpiece for the excellence that we do at the highest level.
I think anybody that would buy this bottle would be proud to have it part of their bourbon collection.
Nice job.
Thank
It was
you.
like perfection. Really incredible.
You always just get a great sense of accomplishment when you finish these big projects, especially since we're a production house and we mainly stay to what our wholesale customers want on a daily routine. It's nice to finish these big projects. They're out of the box, they're out of the ordinary, and they challenge you. I'm a little bit of a breakfast sandwich connoisseur.
Got some bacon, egg, and cheese. I come here every time I go to, on the way back, it's like a, I don't know, like a tradition, I guess. I try and find the best bacon, egg, and cheese spot in every town I go to. This by far has got the best.
So it starts with their roll. Their roll isn't like a sourdough roll, but it's got that nice weight and that nice consistency. They do 2 fried eggs or any way you want it. It's not runny, so it doesn't go all over the place, and it's not overcooked, so it's not like, oh, this is tasting a dry egg. Bacon's always crisp, and the cheese always melted, but not sloppy.